Hello there, this is Ben Finley, the other Ben at Honey Badger. Don't worry, you don't have to hear my voice for very long. Before we begin, this is just a heads up that this episode will be a bit different. Josh, Ben, and Star were hunkered down this week and weren't able to record an episode. We didn't want anyone to go through withdrawals, so I scoured the cutting room floor for old bits of Maxell UR90 and spliced them together to present you with this, FounderQuest. Just a warning, there are no tips on bootstrapping a SaaS business. If you tuned in for that, you may want to see yourself out. However, if you came to hear some random discussions held together with jarring transitions, then you've come to the right place. And now, back to the episode.
3 developers, 1 mission. Build a business to nurture personal fulfillment. It's not stupid, it's FounderQuest.
Yeah, I was talking to someone just yesterday, and he mentioned the podcast and enjoyed listening to it. And he said, I really enjoy how short the episodes are and that you really get in there and dig into things. So maybe we have to cut all that to keep our rep.
No, okay.
Yeah.
But on to play devil's advocate, you know that the other what in December was it that we didn't really have an agenda and the podcast like just totally devolved into awkward pauses and like jokes about holidays. Well, right. I mean that turned out great. Like I think it was fine.
I haven't listened to it, so okay.
No, you should. I mean, it wasn't bad at all. So
all right,
it was pretty funny, and like a few people told me they thought it was hilarious. So
that's great.
Right. Yeah.
So let's do a clean break. You know how Amazon is mostly like Chinese knockoffs and junk now.
Yeah,
and it's all grossly overpriced. Like I've bought stuff from Amazon. It's like this is kind of what I need. It's okay, but I know this cost somebody like 30 cents to buy and I bought it for $10. Well, Wish is an app for your phone that cuts out the middleman and lets you buy cheap Chinese crap just sort of like directly.
Right on.
So basically like it's just like a bunch of super cheap stuff, a lot of which looks suspiciously like you can get some things that look suspiciously like
iPhones,
AirPods, yeah, and iPhones for like $3.50. They're not really they're not AirPods, but you know, if you want to maybe fool somebody,
they're not even Bluetooth.
Maybe not.
They're not.
You have to wire them.
They're just little pieces of plastic.
Yeah, but for things like hats and like little pieces of clothing and stuff and jewelry and all that, it's like super cheap. And I haven't actually gotten anything from them yet. I ordered a bunch of stuff about a week ago, and I've got another week to go before it gets here. And so I'll have to let you guys know how it is.
Yeah, the only problem with ordering like clothes is that you can't really easily return them, right, when they get shipped from China.
But if it costs you like $3 for a jacket, who cares? Just give it to Goodwill.
I suppose.
That's a very Seattle way of looking at it.
I guess. I mean, I guess I could go to like the boutique, some boutique store and try stuff on and then buy stuff for $100 and it fits, sure. But it's like, why don't I just order every size? It'll cost me like $12 in total.
Just ship it on an oil tanker from China.
You know, I find the oil fumes lend kind of a certain authenticity.
Oh yeah. You can skip the cologne if right.
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
So anyway, I mean everything you can imagine on there, and it's just like I'm sure it's all flea market quality, but sometimes that's all you need, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. So why is it called Wish?
I wish this would get here sooner.
Nice.
I'm sure that's why.
Yeah. That's their tagline, right?
Yeah. You know, honestly, like compared with some stuff that like even Amazon, you buy it and it ships from China, and like compared with that, like it's like a couple of weeks. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Nice.
You can also have it shipped like to a store near you. And so I was like, this is weird. They don't have stores near me. And so I looked it up, the nearest store near me, and it's like some shady like iPhone repair business.
Really?
So it's like I got to go to my device repair business and like pick up my my headbands or whatever.
Is it like one of those like PC PC specialist shops.
Yeah, that just seems like a front for something else, like, you know, shady imports of costume jewelry.
Do people still get whatever spyware infected PCs and have to take them into like some, specialist guy at one of those strip mall stores? Is that still how that works?
Do you
that's what those places do, right?
Do you even have parents, Josh?
Yeah. But I mean, they have me, right?
What are they doing then if they're not infecting their PCs with spyware and making you fix it?
I got them all using Apple.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, Star. We're like upper middle class.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, my mom's pretty much on an iPad. Like, my dad, before he passed away, had this PC, and oh my goodness, he was just like, So this was in the time when they had all those things where it's like, fill out this quiz and get a stereo or whatever. And what it is it's an affiliate thing. And basically, or it's not a quiz, it's like a form. And what it does is it just like sends you to affiliate offer after affiliate offer in this endless cycle, claiming that you'll get an iPad at the end and eventually you just give up.
Yeah.
And then you've signed up for you've downloaded like 20 spyware programs. And anyway, he's like, if I keep going, they'll have to give me the iPad. And
it makes sense.
No, Dad, no, they don't. It's a scam. It's just a scam. That's all.
Yeah. It's amazing how many are out there and how many people fall for them.
Yeah. Oh, well, speaking of which, you can also get sort of shady networking devices from this Chinese app.
As we install like the Wi-Fi module from Wish.
I know you can get stuff that claims to be like Ubiquity gear. I'm not plugging that in. No,
I come to think of it, I literally just ordered like a $12 Bluetooth USB thing from Amazon last night because I realized like my gaming PC, somehow I didn't put Bluetooth in it since 2015.
Yeah.
But there's a good chance that is probably going to infect me with spyware. So I guess maybe I'm the person who still goes to the PC shop.
Well, if you don't have anything to hide, Josh, why are you afraid of spyware?
That's a good question. Yeah. And I don't, so I'll just plug in all the dongles.
So our topic today is... Can you hear that? It's a drum roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody say the topic.
We should get you an actual drum, like a snare, like a little snare.
Yeah?
Some sticks, drumsticks, yeah.
Can you get one of those on Wish?
I'm going to look it up on Wish and see how much it costs. I spend hours looking at stuff on here.
This episode is going great so far.
Yeah. Snare drum.
This is the shopping tips episode.
Shopping tips. $20. $20 for a snare drum. That seems reasonable.
Damn. It actually does. I mean,
my shopping
drums
tip
are
is
not
drop
cheap.
cable.
Is to what? Cable? Drop cable?
Yeah, get rid of cable. You don't need it.
Oh, cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ben did. Not anymore.
Well, that's bad. You dropped it.
It's been a long time. I haven't had cable for 18 years. Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a while.
You were a cord cutter ahead of your time.
I know. That's like 5 snare drums a month.
Ben cut the cords before there were any alternatives.
Yeah, it helps. It's easy when you stop watching TV.
he just sits in a dark room at night, stares at the wall.
Right. My, that grass is really growing today. That reminds me of a tweet that I saw this morning from Marco Arment. He was responding to someone who is complaining about app developers switching to subscription models for their apps, particularly mobile apps, right? And he said, well, if you want your app to keep working, it requires continued work. and continued work matches well with continued revenue. It's kind of a mismatch if you expect a developer to be paid just once and then they maintain it for the rest of their lives, because OS versions change and data sources change. And he mentioned specifically like weather apps, right? They have to pay per use, right? They don't pay per customer. And so you can't expect them to take a one-time, payment and then go and pay their providers for your usage for the rest of eternity. So so things changing kind of bugs me.
I used to be a little hostile to that idea, but I've been warming to it a little bit more for those reasons, I think. Yeah. The two apps that I pay for, I pay for Bear and a few other ones. I think I pay for Day One, which is like a journaling app. But yeah.
Speaking of subscriptions, have either of you tried Apple Arcade?
Not yet, but I'm on the fence. I've been looking at the games multiple times.
Yeah, you got to check it out. At least do the free trial. I did that because my wife's like, I really want to, because my wife's really into the casual games. I'm not so much. I don't play those. But
yeah, same here.
You're not a filthy casual.
I play my Switch, but I did yesterday again on Twitter. Saw someone mention What the Golf. And they said, it was really good. And so I checked it out. And it is really good. It's a great, fun game. You should definitely check it out.
I remember when I was a kid going to like the video store to rent like my NES games. And I was just always amazed at how many freaking golf games there were. And I was like, who wants to play a golf game? This is just so weird. But, I guess, I guess now I know, huh?
I mean, I remember going down to Babbage's to buy my computer software.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
have no idea what you're talking about.
What?
I just went straight to the software farmer. They had a little stand set up outside the software farm.
Yeah.
You just go that way. It's just
like the farm on Usenet or something, like, right? Go and download download your apps from the farm.
So Josh, you don't know about Babbage's? Oh my. How about you, Star? Come on, help me out here.
Man. Oh yeah, I know about Babbage.
Okay, all right. So Josh,
about Turbo Pascal.
Yeah. Back in the olden days, when you wanted to buy software, you would go to the mall, and there was a store, next to Spencer's that was called Babbage's, and it had all your things that you could buy on the wall, like in actual boxes. There's like Microsoft Word 1.0. There was, Microsoft Windows version 3.
Yeah. And, that's now that you say it, it's sounding vaguely familiar, but I wasn't buying my own software at that point. I don't think so.
Yeah. You don't hear too much about Babbage these days. Like I remember a while ago, like, a couple decades ago, people were all about Babbage, but now it's Turing. Like everything's about Turing, and it's like you don't really hear about Babbage. I wonder what happened.
Here I hear more about Bayes than I hear about Turing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with the
they made a movie about
intelligence.
Turing, they made a movie about him. I haven't seen any movies about Bayes.
That's true. Well, actually, Turing's going to be on the 50-pound note, right?
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Is he?
He's official. He's legit. He's like Jefferson and Washington.
Yeah. Well, they're waiting for one of these artificial intelligences to write the script for the Bayes movie. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there you go.
I think that's what's happening. Yeah, they'll kind of like...
It won't be able to write it, though. It'll just be able to detect scripts that have been written by other artificial intelligence.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll read the Turing, the Turing script.
How's your heater doing?
Oh, the heater's good. It turned out it just needed, like the thermocouple needed some like cleaning or something like that. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, this is like a 80-year-old heater, so you might want to get a new one." And we're like, "Yeah, I know." So
that's impressive.
It's not really 80 years old. It's more like 30 or something like that.
Those old houses.
Yeah. On the one hand, I'm like, yeah, it's old. We should probably replace it. But then on the other hand, it's like, what heater am I going to buy now that's going to last 30 years?
Just buy an entirely new house.
Oh, there you go.
It's brand new. Just go all new.
Maybe I'll just buy a new heater and then like go to the architect and be like, build my house around this heater.
There you go. I've always thought it would be kind of cool to start completely fresh, like start with fresh everything. And then you get to be the one to enjoy the new thing until it gets old and someone else has to move into it.
Yeah. But the thing is like, I think like houses and stuff are just like any other like product that you build. It's like there's always bugs and crap that you got to work out.
Yeah. So you spend the first 30 years troubleshooting.
Basically, yeah.
And then someone else gets to move it and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. So basically when you buy a house, you're like sort of buying a stable, like, productive legacy app. That's
right. Yeah. It just needs a little maintenance here and there. Replace the roof.
Yeah. It's like, and does it really matter if your house is like built in COBOL?
Right.
Yeah, the iCloud keychain is awesome. The only thing it lacks is the one-time codes, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So I still got to use the 1Password for that. Plus, it's nice to have a backup. I'm a belt and suspenders kind of guy, right? So it's nice to have the iCloud keychain and the 1Password, even though I'm wholly wedded to the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah, the problem with belts and suspenders is it makes it really hard to use a bathroom. I don't know I don't know like what that maps to in that metaphor, but just going completely literal. Just saying.
Makes me think of data leakage.
Oh my goodness.
FounderQuest is a weekly podcast by the founders of Honey Badger. Zero instrumentation, 360-degree coverage of errors, outages, and service degradations for your web apps. If you have a web app, you need it. Available at honeybadger.io. Want more from the founders? Go to FounderQuestPodcast.com. That's one word. You can access our huge back catalog or sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive VIP content. FounderQuest is available on iTunes, Spotify, and other purveyors of fine podcasts. We'll see you next week.